Ian, I'm sorry, Daisy, but this story is not it, Chief. Yeah, you just ripped off mine. Yeah, I know. I just like messing with you guys. Oh, who would like to go next? How about you? Dude, I already told this story 2 years in a row. Tell a story. Tell a story. Fine. Only because I don't want you guys doing that chant clap again. Does
Does
anyone remember
anyone
an old PC
remember
game from the
an old
1990s
PC game
called
from the early
Mario Teaches Typing?
1990s called Mario Teaches Typing 2? It's mainly a typing game similar to Mr. Mix, except it has more substance to it, where you have to type words on a keyboard to make Mario or Luigi or Peach do things like jump and crap. Unlike most typing games, however, this game is notorious for being kind of cringy. I think it has cutscenes, but I don't remember whack story, an insane difficulty curve where if you were a game journalist, you would be forgiven for sucking. The game has a words per minute requirement for each level, being as low as 10 on level 1 and as high as 85 on the third. By level 5, the requirement reaches over 500, effectively making it impossible to proceed any further. One of the main things that people noticed about this game immediately was the Mario head. The Mario had some weird things. It's kind of weird. Voiced by Charles Martinet. At least I think that's how you pronounce it. The music was kind of weird. It was Mario World athletic, or I don't know, play over and over again. It's kind of cringy. It got progressively louder as the level went on, often causing damage to early computer speakers that were not designed to handle extremely high volumes of sound. The second level had no music at all because the game was kind of glitchy and bootleggy. If you were on a emulator, Rosalina help you. The third had what sounded like an extremely low quality recording of a homeless man tweaking in the background. The two remaining levels had extremely loud, high pitched screaming throughout the level that caused severe eardrum damage to those who managed to get that far. RIP headphone users. Another rather disturbing aspect of the game was the design of the Mario head himself. His skin was a little too red, and he was just a head flying around. It was really spooky. Most children who play the game reporting having vivid nightmares of the Mario head speaking to them in a quiet, raspy voice and threatening them to keep quiet about something. However, none of them could remember exactly what it was. One psychologist who saw many of these children reported being disturbed by the sheer amount of terror on the faces of the children as they recounted the details of the nightmare. Many of the children broke down in tears in the process, begging for their parents to save them. However, no direct relationship to the game itself could be determined by these few cases, as not all children suffered the same adverse effects. For obvious reasons, the game got YouTube pooped to death. It was pretty funny, but the game that the Mario head came from remained in relative obscurity until a few years ago when YouTubers played the game, talking about bad Mario games or weird edutainment games, using memory hacking software, they managed to crack the game's code and bypass the impossible fifth level. What they found, however, was extremely disturbing and caused many of them to quit the expedition altogether. According to the reports these YouTubers left behind, the game behaves very strangely if the fifth level is bypassed. The game crashes violently and closes, writing a bunch of files to the user's System32 directory to the point that the RAM was almost completely filled. Just like the stupid program called Fraps, which uses AVI and makes the video files really big. These files are reportedly pictures of people cringing around, appearing to scream in pain and agony with their eyes from playing this weird game. Oh my gosh. If the user attempts to delete the files, the computer will finally crash and blue screen, causing permanent, irreparable damage to the user's hard drive. My computer teacher taught me about hard drives. The YouTubers found that this was caused by a lone byte in the game's ROM that triggered when the fifth level was completed. After removing this byte, they were able to proceed to the sixth and final level. Unfortunately, all of the original YouTubers declined to discuss what they saw in the final level. All of them became extremely paranoid and reclusive, refusing to talk about anything related to the game and showing astonishingly extreme symptoms of post traumatic stress disorder. Most of them ceased to be able to form coherent sentences within a week, within a month. All of them went missing. All remaining copies of the game were destroyed. To this day, no one knows what was in that game and that caused them so much psychological damage. Maybe it's better that way. 2 years after this incident, a man was arrested after pepper spraying a 13-year-old in a Walmart. Through DNA and fingerprint analysis, the man was identified as one of the original YouTubers who viewed the final level of the game. He was wearing a Mario baseball cap and had a look of unspeakable soy and insanity on his face. When interrogated, the man would only say one thing: I'm gonna fly for you. Mm, mm, mm.